I've seen many different platforms say for $95 we can get you onto Forbes and Business Insider and these other platforms. If those people are actually able to get you onto those platforms, are they not really then able to manipulate that algorithm?
That's a really good question. And that goes to the various nature of the pay for play universe. And the idea is that they will say, hey, we pay by performance. You will get X amount of outlet coverage in Forbes, Inc. And usually the outlets that actually take quote unquote contributors as opposed to staff. And hey, I've been a contributor for Forbes and for others, and I've been asked to do a story for a couple $1,000s on X, Y, or Z. Now, I refused, but people have to put bread on the table. So I could see some people saying, yes, I'll do that. But AI is hip to that kind of trick. And so that's why those sort of obvious sort of pay to play shenanigans aren't really doing as well.
How can you objectively measure that they're doing well versus not doing well?
There are many ways. GEO takes its cues from SEO. And so search engine optimization has a variety of ways of telling just how authoritative a link is and how meaningful it is. And that's the current way in which we're measuring a lot of the generative engine optimization scores, if you will. And so that's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it, of course, is doing it yourself, where you're simply searching questions that you think people would ask about your service or your company, and then you'll apply it to your competitor, and you'll see what your competitor is doing. We're actually working on a tool right now that will help people get a baseline for how they stand against their competition.
So I know that video is something that's been really hyped for helping brands to be able to get the information out. And even I do this as well, providing content that is video based that can be put into your social media channels or your sales pipeline, etc., for the purpose of making it easier for people to find you and understand what you do and to trust you and all of that. I've also found that when I try to share a link from YouTube to Google's AI or ChatGPT, they struggle to really find that content and to transcribe it or to analyze it. So, how can you make it find you better? How can you make that video content actually work in order to help that AI to understand you better?
I find providing transcripts is really useful. Usually, when I get a good piece of video content where I'm on TV, for example, I will write a blog about it. I think one thing about generative engine optimization that's important to understand is it also looks at the content that you write about yourself. And so being able to put into context what's happened with you on video, to provide all the assets around it, is another way to make sure that you're helping the AI understand you, even if it's a video placement.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this insight, I've handpicked another video for you right here on the screen. For more actionable strategies that get you real results, hit subscribe.